Too many founders chase scale without knowing what they are actually scaling. Let me ask you, scaling what? The goal isn't more revenue, it's more value. Revenue looks good on paper, but value gets you paid. I'm Joe Carter, Twin Flame Group. We help founders build businesses that buyers fight over. Not beg to buy, fight to buy. Let me be blunt. Double your sales and still be unsellable. That's not growth, that's noise. Buyers don't pay for hustle, they pay for systems. Your grind isn't an asset, your playbook is. They want 4 things: recurring revenue, documented systems, owner independence, scalable brand. You miss one, they walk. Here's where the strategic growth blueprint changes the game. This is how you build a business worth buying. We run it on the 4 modus operandi: clarity, documentation, accountability, scalability. Miss one, you stall. Lock in on 4, you scale. If even one is missing, that is your valuation leak. That is money out of your pocket. So if you're scaling a franchise or prepping for an exit, don't just grow. Grow what matters. DM me blueprint and I will send you the scorecard that shows you exactly what to fix. Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Joe Carter, founder of the Twin Flame Group and partner with the franchise consulting company. Back when I was just 24 years old, I started my first company, scaled it to multiple 7 figures, and exited in under 5 years. Since then, I've built and sold across tech, franchising, and service, including uBreakiFix and SunWorks. After my last company was acquired by private equity, I got to work on the other side, doing due diligence inside private equity. Over the next 3 years, I reviewed over 400 deals, representing more than $14 billion worth of business evaluation. And I learned what buyers actually reward and what they quietly subtract as well. I've shared those lessons across my published book that's available on both Amazon and Barnes & Noble. I've been featured in Entrepreneur, Inc.com, Fox, CBS, and USA Today. You can find all of those in my Linktree link in the commentary. But here's the bottom line. Most founders, they chase scale without knowing what they are actually scaling. The goal isn't necessarily more revenue, it's more value. Today I help owners unlock exit value that private equity sees, but most founders actually miss. And what you're about to learn is the exact 18-play exit readiness framework that I use to help close that gap and close it fast. Let's level set for a minute. Private equity, they don't just buy revenue or even EBITDA. They buy transferability and risk-adjusted growth potential. Here's how they look at it. First, they apply a multiple to your EBITDA. But what multiple? It's not a fixed number. It flexes up if you have clean financials, strong margins, low customer concentration, and systems that run without you. But it drops fast if you don't. A founder who's still a bottleneck, it's a red flag. No documentation, no team, and consistent margins, that multiple can drop from 8x to 5x, or even worse. I've done diligence, more than 400 deals, more than $14 billion in valuations. So I've seen exactly how buyers add and subtract value. But here's the secret, someone else can run it. Let me tell you a quick story that completely changed how I approach business and ultimately led to the creation of this framework. When I sold my first company for X EBITDA, I was proud. But then 18 months later, the buyer flipped it, had the same revenue and the same customers, just had better systems. And they sold it for 9.6x EBITDA. That's a $2 million difference without growing the business, just by changing the infrastructure. That moment, it lit a fire in me. I realized that buyers don't just buy revenue, they buy systems, predictability, and independence. And they penalize anything that creates risk. So since then, I've helped over 100 founders capture that full value before private equity gets their hands on it. And everything that I've learned is distilled into this 18-play system. Here's the hard truth. Most businesses aren't actually sellable. And it's not because of revenue. It's because of structure. Let's break down the 3 most common problems that I see every single week. The first problem You're building a job, not a company. If everything runs through you, what you really have is just a high-paying job. Buyers, they want assets. And assets, they run on systems, not on people. The second problem is you're building something that is far too owner-reliant. This goes back to my $2 million wake-up call I just mentioned. It was the same business. It had the same customers, but one had systems and scalability, and the other didn't. The third problem is chasing revenue, not chasing value. More sales does not automatically mean more value. Value is about predictability, processes, and transferability. That's what drives your multiple. And the result? You get a 3x multiple when you could have got a 7. Or worse, buyers disappear during due diligence because they see too much risk. You didn't build a sellable company. You built a job that you just don't want anymore. So let's fix that. Here is a client example. One client of ours at initial evaluation with us came in at 3.4x EBITDA. This was a $6 million company with $1.8 million in margin. That translated to a $6.12 million exit. In just 90 days, using this framework, we were able to increase that multiple to 7.2x, translating to 12. That's a $6.8 million gap. It was the same company, had the same market. In the beginning, he only got a little over 6 million. At the end, he was able to get almost 13. This isn't a model. It is a real result from one of our clients that we will dive into deep today. So let me show you how this plays out in the real world. Meet B&B Roustabout, a field service company that was doing a little north of $6 million in annual revenue. Again, before working with us, they were valued at 3.4x EBITDA, $6.74 million. But after implementing this exit readiness framework, they had the same revenue, the same customers, but they were able to exit at over 7. That was almost a $13 million valuation, an over $6 million gap. The difference was not more sales, not better marketing. It was just smarter systems and owner independence. That is the power of knowing what the buyers value. And that's why today I help owners capture that full value before private equity ever does. So here's the hard truth. What most business owners focus on is not what buyers value. Private equity and strategic buyers are laser focused on 5 core factors. And missing even one of these can cost you millions of dollars. I've been there. The first is owner independence. Can your business run for the next 30 days without you? If not, that's an instant 30 to 50% discount on your multiple. Second, customer concentration. If your top 3 clients make up 40% or more of your revenue, buyer will see it as risk, not as upside. Third, margin consistency. If your profit margins swing wildly quarter to quarter, your projections lose credibility, and so does your value. Fourth, documentational depth. If it's all in your head, it's not an asset. And the buyers need systems that are written, repeatable, and transferable. And fifth, a leadership bench. If one key person leaves and revenue drops, that's not a business, that's a liability. If you fix all 5 of these things, you stop leaving value on the table and maximize your full valuation. So how do you actually make a business sellable and maximize that valuation, especially in 90 days? I have talked to many companies. Most of them want 2 to 3 years to be able to execute what we do in just 90 days. The reason it works is because it's a proven framework with 18 very strategic plays divided across 3 phases, each one designed to create transferable value. The first phase, owner independence. It's what we will accomplish and focus on for the first 30 days together. We eliminate the bottlenecks where the owner is still the critical path. The goal here is simple. Build a business that runs without it. The second phase begins on day 31 and continues into day 60. And it's all about value acceleration. We fix the things that private equity firms discount the most. Things like margin swings, documentational gaps, or weak leadership benches. And the third phase, it's all about exit preparation. We focus on these during days 61 through 90, where we prove to buyers that the business can transfer cleanly with systems, not with stories. Every single play is a specific action with a template and a timeline. Nothing abstract. It's all about execution. So let's dive into phase 1. These are our owner independence plays. This is what we focus on for the first 30 days together. Because the goal here is simple, but very critical. Build a business that can run without you. Because here is the harsh truth. If the business needs you to function, it's not sellable. Buyers don't want to buy a job. They want to buy a machine. So in this phase, we remove the founder as the bottleneck. We start by shifting control, decisions, and knowledge out of your head and into systems and into people. That's what lays the foundation for real value transfer. Without this, you are stuck, and your buyers will walk away or discount you hard. So let's kick off play number 1, the dependency audit. This is where we shine a light on just how dependent your business is on you. Here's the problem. You're the bottleneck for every decision. And to a buyer, that screams risk. If you're more than 50% of the decisions require you to make, you are looking at between a 30 and a 50% valuation discount instantly. So we use a simple 3-step process to fix that. First, we track every decision that you make over the next week. Not the tasks, just the decisions. Second, we categorize each one of them. Is it something that truly only you can do? Can someone else be trained? Or does someone else already know, but we just require it to go through us? And third, we calculate your dependency score, the percentage of decisions that still require you personally. For B&B Roustabout, they started with a 73% dependency score. And after applying this play, we were able to get it down to just 18%. Not zero. There were still decisions the founder needed to make, but we were able to remove many that were redundant. And by doing so, we removed an $800,000 valuation discount they would have received. So ask yourself right now, what percentage of the decisions truly require you to make today? Play number 2 is all about reducing friction, both for you and for your team, with the decision authority matrix. Because here's the issue. Your team asks for approval on everything. It may feel efficient, but really, it turns you into the bottleneck. So the solution is simple. We create clear dollar thresholds for decision-making authority. Decisions under $5,000, the team handles it, no approval needed. Under 25, a manager decides and just keeps you in the loop. Anything over 25,000, that's where owner-level decisions kick in. This only works if you document it, train on it, and enforce it. Now let's look at the real impact. B&B went from 200 plus daily approval emails. I'm talking about, can I put gas in a truck today for $40? 200 daily approval emails, down to just 12. That freed up 45 hours a week for the founder. A game changer. Here's the challenge. How many approvals, verbal, written, or otherwise, did you give this week that your team could have handled by themselves? Play number 3 tackles one of the biggest hidden risks inside any business. Knowledge that lives only inside the founder's head. If it's not documented, it's not transferable. And the buyer will see that as a major liability. So here is the solution. Valuation is not about what your business makes. It's about how confident documenting your top 10 critical processes. These are things like client onboarding, project estimation, quality control, hiring, and financial close at month end. The format matters. Make it step by step. Use both written guides and screen recorded videos so that anyone on the team can follow exactly how you do it. Look at the transformation for B&B. They went from 0 documented processes to 12 in just 45 days. That alone removed a $500,000 valuation discount. So ask yourself this, if you walked away for 30 days, could your team still operate smoothly without you having to explain everything to them? Play number 4 is all about eliminating a huge structural risk. You being the only layer of leadership. When your entire team reports directly to you, you're not only overworked, you are also the single point of failure. The solution is to build a too deep redundancy inside your critical roles. That means identify what's essential, promote or hire a layer between you and the team, and cross-train them for coverage. Here's what that looked like for B&B. They went from 12 reports direct down to just 2. And those 2 managers now led their own teams. This was no extra hiring. It was just training these two individuals to take upon this responsibility. The response? A more scalable business and a $600,000 increase in valuation because of that leadership bench. You should manage managers, not manage tasks. Play number 5 is the vacation validation test. You're gonna love this one. Here's exactly what it sounds like. The question is simple. We've already built the systems. Now we want to know if they actually work without you. So we're gonna send you on vacation. You take 2 full weeks completely offline. No calls, no emails, no just checking in. Then we measure what happens. Did your revenue hold or grow? What was customer satisfaction like? And how many decisions did the team make without you having to be there? For B&B, the founder took their first vacation in over 8 years. While they were gone, revenue went up by 6%. And the team made 127 decisions without them. The moment he returned, buyer interest started immediately. Why? Because the business had proved that it could run without him. That is how you validate real independence. Play 6 is the trust testing protocol. It's a simple way to test if your team can make decisions without you. You start by escalating the delegation in stages. In the first 2 weeks, you let them handle decisions only up to $1,000. As they prove themselves in week 3 and 4, you bump it up to 5, then 10. Finally, review and adjust. Every time that you want to jump in and ask anything, first ask this question. Is it life-threatening or will we lose a client? If the answer is no, then let the team handle it. B&B delegated 41 decisions in the first 30 days. Only 3 mistakes were made. We are still talking about human beings. They will make mistakes. This isn't about perfection. This is about transferability. And those 3 mistakes, they cost less than $2,000 total. But what we learned was much more valuable than that. Trust is built by doing, not by approving. So now we move into section 2. The value acceleration plays. The goal here is simple. Fix what private equity firms discount the most. This is where we move from just surviving without the owner to thriving with systems, margins, and scalability. Over the next 30 days, we tackle specific red flags that cause valuation cuts, and we replace them with assets that buyers will fight over. So let's talk about one of the biggest red flags for private equity buyers. It's customer concentration. If your top 3 clients make up over 40% of your revenue, buyers don't see loyalty, they see risk. Play number 7 is the customer concentration fix, and our goal is to bring that number down. We use a 60-day diversification plan. First, we analyze customer concentration at its current state. Second, we set a hard ceiling. No single client should ever exceed 15% of your total revenue. Then, we aggressively grow the base by acquiring new customers while gradually reducing dependency on your biggest accounts. In one case, this strategy took a client from 55% dependency down to just 28%, instantly improving a $600,000 valuation discount. This is not about firing clients. This is about building a healthier portfolio that buyers trust. Margins are one of the first numbers that a buyer is going to scrutinize. And if they fluctuate wildly project to project, trust in your projections goes out the window. Play number 8 is about creating margin consistency through a 3-part system. Part 1, activity-based costing. We break down every task, every hour, and every cost, because knowing the real cost to deliver is one of the baselines of understanding your pricing model. Next, risk-adjusted pricing. We need to scope creep, weather delays, client changes, and price them all in upfront. Part 3 is non-negotiable margins. We set a minimum margin that you and your team will never cross. Not for a big client, not for a shark, not for any opportunity, ever, period. This play helped one business go from 15 to 30% margin swings to consistently landing between 32 and 36% over an entire year and adding $800,000 in their valuation. Buyers don't reward potential.
They reward predictability. Here is a truth that buyers typically will not say out loud. If they don't understand your revenue model in under 5 minutes, they're going to either apply a discount or they're going to walk away. So play number 9 is about simplifying your revenue model to eliminate confusion and build confidence. We start by identifying your 80-20. What 2 to 3 streams drive the majority of your profitability? Phase out or outsource anything else that adds complexity but little margin. Then document the pattern so that you can explain your model in one sentence. Something like, we do X for Y customers at Z margin. One business simplified from 7 tangled services to 3 clear ones and gained $400,000 in valuation by doing so. Why? Because simplicity sells. Play number 10 is all about financials. QuickBooks and spreadsheets may work for mom and pop shops, but not if you want private equity level attention. So play number 10 is all about upgrading your financial systems so that they inspire confidence instead of concern. You need a real accounting platform with job costing, automated dashboards, and monthly closes in under 10 days. No more manual reconciliation or waiting a month to know how you're doing. One client went from 3 to 4 weeks behind to closing the books to under 7 days, and that improvement alone added $300,000 to their valuation. If you can't show last month's P&L in under 5 minutes, your system isn't ready. You may feel like your business is doing well, and it might be, but can you prove it with data? Play number 11 builds credibility by turning gut feel into clear metrics. We choose 5 to 7 core KPIs, key performance indicators, things like revenue per employee, project margin, or customer lifetime value, and then we track them weekly. B&B went from guessing performance to seeing trends across 7 metrics. That gave them hard data during due diligence. We update it weekly, review it monthly, and we share it with every leadership layer. Buyers are always going to ask, can this model scale? You say yes, but they want proof, not promises. Play number 12 is about documenting the math behind your growth. You lay out your unit economics, margin behavior as revenue grows, and the resources that are needed to double your market potential and your competitive moat. B&B built a 12-page model showing exactly how to go from $6 million to $12 million in annual revenue. And that proof increased buyer confidence dramatically. If you want buyers to believe in scale, show them the math to get there. Welcome to section number 3. This is our final 30-day sprint, the exit preparation phase. By this point, we have already streamlined operations, strengthened your leadership, and boosted your valuation dramatically. But now we move to proving that the business is actually transferable. Why is this so critical? It's because buyers don't just purchase financials. They buy confidence that the company will continue to run smoothly when you step away. Our goal in this phase is to tie everything together. We create documentation, train backups, and simulate transfer scenarios, all with one objective in mind: maximize your exit value. These next plays are designed to remove you as the center of gravity, so that your business runs through systems, not through individuals. It's time to prove that the business doesn't need me anymore. So let's talk about play 13, due diligence data room preparation. Here's the reality. Buyers will ask for over 100 different documents. And if you're not ready, you will scramble for weeks. That delay kills deal momentum. So instead of reacting later, we prepare now. The solution is to pre-build your data room with everything that buyers are going to ask for anyway: financials, contracts, organizational charts, process doc, IP, insurance, and more. In one case, this preparation shaves 6 to 8 weeks off of the closing timeline and help the deal move 40% faster than the industry average. This isn't just a checklist. It's how you prove professionalism, build trust, and make buyers feel confident hitting the go button. The best time to build your data room is long before anyone ever asks for it. So now let's move into play 14, team transition planning. One of the biggest deal killers is if key employees leave right after acquisition. That triggers clawbacks in your earnout, drops your valuation, and spoofs buyers. So to prevent that, we work the transition early. First, by identifying those critical employees, the ones that you simply cannot lose, and neither can your buyer. Then we document their roles, their relationships, and their workflows. We build retention incentives into the deal, hold in handcuffs that make it beneficial for them to stay with the new buyer. We also coach the team through what to expect during the transition, and even draft a 90-day onboarding plan for the new owner. In one case, this planning prevented a $400,000 earnout risk simply by keeping the team engaged and informed throughout the process. Because your team should be excited about the transition, not terrified about the what ifs. Here's play number 15, client relationship mapping. One of the biggest red flags for buyers is when all client relationships run through the owner or one key employee. That is a major dependency risk. They wonder what happens if you leave. So here is how we fix that. First, we document every touch point that you have with any client. We're talking calls, emails, meetings, text messages, anything. Then we introduce manager and team level relationships so that your team becomes the face of the relationship to that customer, not just you. We build a system to gradually shift ownership to the team while documenting that entire history, including preferences, and creating a solid transition communication plan. In one case, this reduced owner-only relationship from over 80% to just 15%, and eliminated a $700,000 valuation discount related to relationship risk. This is how you create buyer confidence that your clients will stay even after you exit. Now, let's talk about play 16, the moat documentation protocol. If you're not familiar with the moat, check out my videos on YouTube. This is a game changer. When buyers ask, why won't competitors crush this company? It is not enough to just say we're better than them. That is not proof. You need to document your moat. What makes you truly defensible? This could be proprietary systems, long-term customer contracts, specialized licensing, exclusive vendor deals, or even geographical advantages. In one case, a business went from vague claims to listing 8 clear, documented competitive advantages. And the result was they justified a premium multiplier that was above the industry average. So stop telling buyers that you are better and show them why they can't replicate what you've already built. Now let's move into play 17. Legal and compliance audit. Here's the problem. It only takes one compliance issue to kill a deal or trigger a massive discount during diligence. We saw this firsthand. 3 major compliance issues were about to surface, but because we had ran a legal audit 6 months in advance, we resolved every single one of them proactively. The result was no surprises, no delays, and no deal killers. Your solution should be straightforward. Bring in legal counsel well before listing. Have them review your employee classifications, your contracts, your insurances, your licensing, your IP ownership, and any other legal issues. Don't leave your valuation at risk over something that could have been fixed in advance. And now the final play. It is the final test before we ever list. It's the 90-day validation test. Here's the core problem. We built the systems, the processes, the dashboards, but we have to prove that it truly does work without you in the mix. So here's the challenge, and it's one that all my founders love. We force them to step back and let their business run without them for 30 consecutive days. We watch key areas like revenue performance, customer satisfaction, team decision-making, problem resolution, and quality. One of our clients, Justin, who hadn't taken a real vacation in 8 years, took 2 consecutive weeks off and then 2 consecutive weeks at home with no interaction to his team. The revenue grew by 6% while he was out. There was 0 owner inventions. The buyer saw it happen in live, not saw it happening in a spreadsheet. And that validation is what earned them the 7.2x EBITDA offer. Because when your business truly thrives without you, then it's ready to sell. So let's show you what a full transformation really looks like. B&B completed a 9-day sprint that changed everything. Day 1, stuck, working 70 hours a week, 73% owner dependency, 55% customer concentration, and not a single documented process. A business that was valued pretty well at 3.4x EBITDA. By day 90, the owner had cut down to just 25 hours a week, dropped dependency to 18%, diversified their customer base, and built out 12 documented processes. The result was the company became exit ready and received a 7.2x EBITDA valuation, landing at nearly $13.5 million. That over $6 million gap in enterprise value was closed in just 90 days, all by implementing the right systems at the right time. Most business owners assume that their company is worth more than what the market says it is, and that disconnect is called the value gap. So let's test yours with 3 very simple questions. Can your business run the next 30 days without you being involved at all? Next, are your margins both documented and consistent? If a buyer asks for due diligence today, because you have a data room ready for them in under 48 hours. If you answered no to any of these, you have a value gap. Here's the catch. It's not caused by revenue or even the industry that you're in. It's a preparation problem. But the good news is every gap has a 90-day fix, and businesses that take action jump from 3 to 4x EBITDA to 7 to 20. So let's close your gap, and let's close it fast. At this point, you've seen the system. You understand the gap. So now the question is, what are you going to do with it? We have laid out 3 clear paths forward. Here's the truth. All 3 paths work. The only wrong choice is doing nothing at all. The first path is you've got the framework, you've got the video. Write it down, create a plan, and go execute it. Some owners take this and run with it, and that is a win. If that is you, go for it and let me know when you succeed. The second path is if you want expert eyes on your very specific situation. A 30-minute strategy call with me, free. No pitch, just clarity, to help you understand what your next steps should be. The third path is if you are ready to move fast and want hands-on help doing so. The 90-day sprint gives you a full accountability, including weekly check-ins, transformation, and execution through all 18 plays. These are limited. I only have so many times and so many clients that I can work with at a given time. We are already booking up for 2026, but do have some seats still available. The business that you have today becomes the exit that you get tomorrow. So choose your path, choose wisely, and execute it. If you made it this far, you're not just curious, you are serious about closing the value gap inside of your business. And the good news is you don't have to do it alone. The 18-play exit readiness framework, the exact one we just walked through, comes complete with templates, checklists, and step-by-step guides. And it's available to strategy call participants. If you're not ready to book, just DM me the word strategy, and we will walk through via email whatever templates, guides, or checklists you may need. But if you are ready to take the first step, scan this code, book your free call, and let's make your exit worth what it should be. Because preparation is the difference, and you have already started it. And finally, we're going to shift gears, diving into specific situations. So we cover the 18 plays, and now we're going to turn it onto you. I'm going to select one of the participants on this call, reach out to you personally, help identify what your owner dependency headaches are, your documentational hurdles, or even just questions that you may have about exit timelines. Nothing's off limits. We just simply workshop it together at no cost. Then next week, I'm inviting all the participants back so that we can share your specific journey. If you're uncomfortable doing that, just let me know. I'll be happy to select a different client. But I want to show just how fast we can take these 18 plays and begin putting them into action with a real world scenario of all of you that join this call with me. So let's dig into your business one-on-one. Thank you everybody for listening to the 18-play readiness framework. I'm super excited to work with each and every single one of you one-on-one and help you make your business a legacy that lasts and a legacy ready for exit. Have a great day, everyone.